And then I'm gonna special summon one of the Couses, go into Ascalon. Oh, I think I made a mistake. How's it going everyone? It's Rolling Origami and we're back on the channel today with another video, and today we're actually going to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which is a game that I've been playing for the last few weeks. I used to play Duel Links a little back, but I made a silly mistake of switching my phone and not linking the whole thing to the Konami ID, and so the long story short is I lost my entire account, and the moment that happened, I just put my hands in the air, promised to never come back to this game, and never re-downloaded it again. But recently I saw a video on one of my favorite channels, Shady Penguin, and he also returned to Duel Links after taking quite a long break from the game. And that really drove me to want to come back and explore the game, see how it was, and I still found that I really liked it. So I continued playing it for a few weeks, and so now I'm really excited to be making a video and sharing my experience with you guys. So in this video, I'll be mainly showcasing my deck, and pretty much the only deck that I can play ranked with, which is a Dragunity deck, similar to the one Shady Penguin had on his channel, with just a few slight modifications, mainly because I don't actually have all the cards, considering I just started the game. So here we go. The first card, of course, is Dragunity Couse. I think I'll call it Dragunity Couse. So it's a 2-star tuner dragon. It cannot be used as a synchro material except for the synchro summon of a Dragunity monster. This card on the field can be treated as a level 4 monster when used for a synchro summon. If this card is currently equipped to a monster, you can special summon this equipped card. So this card is pretty much the kind of engine for the whole deck, mainly because this is your preferred tuner in the deck, and it can serve as either a 2-star or a 4-star tuner monster for a Dragunity synchro summon. On top of that, it can special summon itself if it's equipped. So in Dragunity, the main kind of mechanic is trying to equip your monster cards to itself, and then with this, when you equip it, you can then special summon it so it gives you the creature you need to do a synchro summon. The next card we have is Sphere Kuriboh, a very strong standard card. When it's in your hand and when your opponent declares an attack, you can send this card to the graveyard, change the attacking monster to defense position, and so that monster's attack ends. The second effect with the ritual summon is not so important for this deck. The third card we have Dragunity Senatus. It's a winged beast, not a tuner, it's a non-tuner, and it's also one of the core cards of this deck, which you want to combine with Dragunity Couse. The effect is you can discard one Dragunity card, equip one Dragon type Dragunity tuner from your deck to this card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of your turn except Dragon type monsters. You can only use this effect of Dragunity Senatus once per turn if a Dragunity card you control would be destroyed by battle, or card effect, you can destroy one Dragunity card equipped to this card instead. That's a very long text box, but essentially when you summon this card, once per turn, you can discard a card and then equip a Dragon type Dragunity monster from your deck to it. And the main target you're looking for, as I said, is definitely Dragunity Couse. In addition, it's 4 stars, Dragunity Couse is also 4 stars, and you'll see why that's important later when we go on to the extra deck. The second effect on kind of destruction protection may sometimes come into play, and so that is something you might want to keep in mind as well. The next card I only have one of, but I would want to play more, is Dragunity Ducks. So the effect is this card gains 200 attack for each face-up Dragunity card you control, including those in your spell and trap zone. When this card is normal summoned, you can select one level 3 or lower Dragunity dragon type monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card. So once again, your target is Dragunity Couse. The reason you play Dragunity Ducks is because you only have 3 Dragunity Couses. So if for any reason, right, your Senators gets destroyed, it's been sending Couses to the graveyard, you don't really have an avenue for you to get that Couse back onto your battlefield. So Dragunity Ducks is kind of what stands in for that. If your Couses are in the graveyard, Ducks is what you want to be using to target them, bring them out to the battlefield, and voila, it's also a 4-star monster and the magic will happen once again. Next we have Dragunity Phalanx, and the effect is once per turn when this card is equipped to a monster, as an equipped card by card effect, you can special summon this card. So it's kind of like a budget version of Dragunity Couse. I mainly have him in here kind of as a substitute to Dragunity Couse, but he's not a very effective one because he misses out on one of the most important effects, which is to be able to be treated as a 4-star tuner monster, like a 4-star monster in general for the synchro summon. So he's more limited in terms of usage. I mainly use him as a Dragunity fodder either for Senators or just a fodder in general actually. So if you have a substitute for Phalanx, a better card, please let me know down in the comment section so I can improve this deck. Of course, that's also contingent of me having the card in the first place. Next we have Dragunity Armor Mistletoe, and its effect is you can special summon this card from your hand by sending one face-up Dragunity monster you control to the graveyard. When this card is normal or special summoned from the hand, you can select one Dragon type Dragunity monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card. So once again, your target is Couse. You can use Phalanx as the fodder to summon Mistletoe, and then if you have a Couse in the graveyard, you can just pick that out. You will notice it's a 6-star, so mainly you're going for the final boss, the 10-star synchro summon with Couse if you're doing it. For the spells and trap, we play one Forbidden Lance because I only have one. Target one face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. That target loses 800 attack and is unaffected by the effects of other spell and trap cards. Really good kind of immunity from back row, and it's kind of versatile, you know, being able to use it as attack reduction for your opponent's monsters as well. Next we play 3 Cosmic Cyclones. Pay 1000 life points, then target one spell and trap card on the field and banish it. So you'll realize that in this deck I'm playing a lot of back row hate because the synchro monster I'm going to talk about later, the main boss, actually has an effect that can help me remove front row monsters. So my main concern is just back row, making sure there's no interaction when I'm pulling off my combos. Then I play 2 of this Hey Trunade, return all set spells and traps on the field to the hand. So similarly, this is more back row hit, trying to clear out the field. I don't want to deal with any interactions when I'm going for my turn. Lastly, I play 1 Floodgate Trap Hole because it's just good. It's just a all-round good trap. If I'm threatened by some combo, I can use this to kind of stop it, or if I'm threatened by a certain monster, I can flip it down and then use my boss monster's effect to just remove it from play. Next we go on to the extra deck. We have Dragunity Knight Ascalon. So this is the big boss monster I was talking about. It's 10 stars, requires 1 Dragunity tuner and 1 non-tuner monster. So you can banish 1 Dragunity monster from your graveyard and then target 1 monster your opponent controls, banish it. And this isn't limited to once per turn, so you can do it as many times as you want during your main phase. If this synchro summon card is in its owner's control and is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon 1 Dragunity synchro monster with 3000 or less attack from your extra deck, and it's treated as a synchro summon. You can only use this effect of Dragunity Knight Ascalon once per turn. So you can't target Ascalon himself because he's more than 3000, and so mainly you'll be targeting the next one I'll be talking about. So this is the boss monster, and because it's so strong and settles the front row by himself, that's why I'm playing so much back row hate, because with this I'm not really having to deal with any of the front row monsters anyways. We play 3 of that, and then we have 2 of this Dragunity Knight Bacha, 1 Dragon type tuner, 1 or more non-tuner Wing Beast type monster. So that's one restriction that you need to pay attention when you're playing with this deck, because you can't actually use like Mistletoe with Couse in order to summon Baka. You have to go straight to Ascalon. When this card is synchro summoned, you can select any number of Dragon type Dragunity monsters in your graveyard and then equip him to this card. And this card gains 300 attack for each Dragunity card equipped to this card. So like I said, upon Ascalon's destruction, this is one of the targets you're looking for. And this is also one of the targets you're looking for when trying to go into Ascalon. So if you recall, Senators and also Ducks, they are 4-star monsters, and then with a Couse that makes 8 stars, so you realize you can't actually get to Ascalon. But what Bacha does is that with those two, you synchro summon Bacha, and then Bacha's effect allows it to attach one of your Dragunity tuners or Dragon type Dragunity monsters, which is Couse or even Phalanx, from the graveyard to itself, and then those two cards are able to special summon themselves from the spell and trap zone onto the battlefield, and then you have another tuner and will be able to tune that tuner with Bacha to synchro summon Ascalon. So that's kind of the main use of Bacha here. And then lastly, we play 1 Dragunity Knight Gaybulk. To be honest, I've never used this card in ranked match. I just thought that it would be good to have in the deck as kind of an option, especially for like a 6-star, having more power. Its effect is mainly if this card is attacked or attacks during the damage step, you may remove from play 1 Wing Beast type monster from your graveyard. If you do, this card gains the attack of that monster until the end phase. So your targets are only Senators and Ducks, so it's only here because I thought variety would be good, but I've never used it in ranked matches. So that's the deck, and it's been doing well for me so far. I mean, to be fair, I'm only in silver. I've managed to hit gold last season before it resetted, but it resetted me to silver, and now I'm back to silver 7. So in this video, I'll try to hit gold with this deck, and let's hope to have some nice matches and see the interactions with these cards. We're going against Leandre from Brazil. So I'm going first. To be honest, my version of the deck prefers to go second, because honestly it's more proactive than reactive, so I want to do everything within one turn and kind of solidify my board state. But this is fine as well. So you can see Phalanx here. We have Phalanx here, we have Senators. I'm just going into my boss monster right now so you can see how it goes, like the whole combo goes. So mainly I'll summon Senators. I'll activate Senators' effect. Send Phalanx to the graveyard. I'll target Couse. Activate Couse's effect, special summon itself. And so it can be treated as a 4-star monster, and that allows me to summon Bacha. That's a total of 8 stars. Summon Bacha. Bacha's effect lets me attach Couse back to itself. I can even call back the Phalanx. I'll just call it in defense. Call the Couse, also in defense. And then special summon Ascalon. Synchro summon Ascalon. I'll use Phalanx with Bacha. And that is how we get to Ascalon from Senators. So you realize that Senators attaches from your deck, so essentially the combo is Senators with any kind of Dragunity that you can discard. So usually if this was like turn 2 and I could attack, I would be able to remove one back row and then swing, remove any monsters he has and then swing for 3.3 and then another 1k with Couse. But since we went first, we can only be reactive because that's how the deck kind of works. Because there's nothing else the deck can kind of do like reactively. He summons a Magician of Black Chaos. It's kind of a vanilla card. It's not a top tier deck because, I mean, it's expected it's silver, right? So I can activate Ascalon's effect. You can see here I'll target Bacha and I can remove from play his monsters. And you can see I can do it again because it's not limited to once per turn. And see, his board is clear. So that is kind of what the deck does. I have a little bit of time, so I'll show you guys how to get to Ascalon using Mistletoe. So we tribute Couse, or essentially anything as long as you have Couse in your graveyard. Activate the effect of Mistletoe, attach a Couse, activate the effect for Couse, special summon it, and then we go into Ascalon. So these are some of the ways you can get to kind of the boss monster of the deck. And then we swing, his no cards in hand, and we should take the win here. So that's great. We still didn't rank up yet, goal 1 is so close. I know it seems a bit unfair that I'm playing kind of a decent deck against like silver players, but that's the actual rank I am at, so I can't do anything about that. But hopefully as I climb, we'll face better players along the way. Win and I'll gain a rank, so this is the match. We have to win, and if we win, we get 2 gold. Unfortunately, we're going first again, so this time I'm actually gonna set Couse. Anyways, I don't have the non-tuner to get my combo going, and I'll just end my turn here. Red Eyes Fusion. So he's probably playing a Red Eyes / Dragon deck, which used to be quite strong when I was playing back in the day. Should I activate? If I don't Floodgate Trap Hole now, he gets to attach a card, and then that he's able to kind of remove from play that card in order to negate one of my effects. So I don't know if that was the right move, but we'll see. I think so. We get to summon Senators, and then I'm going to activate Senators' effect. Discard Couse, attach Couse because no matter what, he's our priority target. Summon him. I'm going to flip this Couse up, and then I want to get to Bacha using the attack position Couse and Senators. Then I'm going to use Bacha's effect to attach Couse's back to itself. And then I'm going to special summon one of the Couses, go into Ascalon. Oh, I think I made a mistake. I should have put one of the Couse in attack position so that I could end the game this turn, but I'm going to activate Ascalon's effect, remove from play his / Dragon, and set lands. So if he didn't have Sphere Karibo, I could have won right here. You can see my board state. If I had summoned that in attack, or in fact just used him as the synchro instead, I would probably have been able to win here. So if I lose, this is completely my fault. And here you can see why the deck really wants to be reactive, because it's very explosive and it can clear boards very quickly. But the downside is you can realize that I'm not really doing that much. I don't really have much else to do besides destroying back row and then doing the whole Ascalon combo. So he kills Ascalon and we're gonna attach, bring back Baka and attach the 2 Couses to it. He's gonna end his turn. I think we're still okay here. I'm not sure of the effect of his cards, but we're gonna put 1 Couse, Synchro Summon. You know, I probably should have called 1 Couse out in attack position in case of Sphere Karibo, but kind of tested and showed that he didn't have Sphere Karibo last turn. So... oh, that scared me for a moment. So we get the win, and we should be in goal 1 now. Yes, that's right. So we're in goal right now with Dragunity, and I'm so glad to be able to showcase this deck. I hope you guys liked the video. I really enjoy playing Duel Links in my spare time, actually, even more so than Vanguard Zero, because now it takes me a while to farm up the cards to make a new Vanguard Zero deck that I can do a deck profile on. So please forgive me on that. I would still be trying to make more mobile content on different mobile games. So do let me know which ones that you guys really like watching. Then I'll try to make more videos on those specific games. That's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much. It's been an awesome run. I'm gonna continue playing this game. So that's all for this video. Stay safe. Bye bye.